Hello, I'm Shauna Maltby, the City Manager of Daly City. I'll be giving you an overview of Daly City's municipal election and Measure Q, which is on the November ballot. Over the past year, we have surveyed our community on priorities and needs for recovery from the pandemic and recession. In response, our City Council unanimously voted to place Measure Q, the Daly City Local Recovery and Relief Measure, on the ballot. If enacted, this half-cent sales tax will provide locally controlled funding for public safety and essential services. Here's the official Measure Q ballot question that you will see on your mail-in ballot. I will read it for you now. Daly City's Local Recovery and Relief Measure: to provide emergency funding that cannot be taken by the state, maintaining the city's long-term financial stability and city services such as supporting local businesses, preventing and addressing homelessness, maintaining paramedic, fire, and 911 emergency response, senior services, preparing for natural disaster and public health emergencies. Shall the measure establishing a half-cent sales tax, providing approximately $6 million until ended by voters and requiring independent audits and public oversight, be adopted. If Measure Q passes, it would address many priorities that our community members have identified as important to our local recovery and relief, like maintaining emergency life-saving equipment, maintaining local fire protection, maintaining local paramedic services, maintaining the city's long-term financial stability, maintaining our 911 emergency response, keeping our streets and public areas clean and safe, and maintaining services for our most vulnerable, including our local seniors. These are priorities that our community has told us are very important. One of the big goals for Measure Q is ensuring our city is prepared for any future medical or catastrophic emergency. You've seen how the start of this year's fire season was overwhelming. You know we live in an area that would experience a high level of shaking during an earthquake. We want to be prepared. Measure Q would provide that local and ongoing funding for emergency services and even updating our emergency communication systems. Now, this is near and dear to my heart as I've studied gerontology and I'm passionate about services for older adults. Measure Q would provide help to our local seniors and vulnerable residents that are depending on our city now more than ever for services like emergency food and wellness checks. Measure Q will maintain these services through our recovery. Now I will pass it off to our Assistant City Manager for more on Measure Q and voting.
Thank you, Shauna. Hi, I'm Stephen Stolte, the Assistant City Manager. Measure Q will also fund programs to retain local businesses hurt by the pandemic, so we can keep jobs local while we recover. You know, we need to be self-reliant in addressing our local needs, since help from the federal and state governments is uncertain. There are financial protections built into Measure Q. It will require that all funds are used locally. It requires independent financial audits and an annual public review of expenditures to ensure that funds are spent as promised. Measure Q funds are protected by law from the state. That means that no funds can be taken by Sacramento. And finally, Measure Q is not a tax on your home or property, on food purchased as groceries or prescription medications. Measure Q is not the only thing you will vote on this year in our municipal election. You will also have the opportunity to select 2 city council members, the city clerk and the city treasurer. It's so important that you vote to make sure your voice counts. And truly, voting has never been easier. This is a historic election because it's the first statewide all mail-in ballot election in California's history. Luckily, we've already been voting by mail in San Mateo County in the past, so this is not new for us. The county elections office started mailing out your ballots on October 5th, so you should have received them by now. If you did not, call the county. There are many ways to vote this year, and you can still vote in person. That has not changed. First, you can fill out your ballot and put it in the mail using the postage paid envelope that is included. You can already bring your ballot to any ballot drop box in the county. We have one right here at the front steps of City Hall. If you don't trust that the post office will deliver your ballot, the ballot drop boxes are a great option. You can also return your ballot to a vote center. And to provide accessibility, the county also offers a remote accessible vote by mail system This way, you can print your ballot in a screen-readable format from any computer and just put it in the mail. On October 5th, 3 vote centers opened in our county. They're open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. The one closest to us is at the South San Francisco Main Library. On October 31st, over 40 more vote centers will open, including 5 right here in Daly City, and they will stay open through Election Day. There are many things you can do at vote centers. You can return your voted mail-in ballot. You can register to vote. You can register to vote and vote that very same day. And you can even request a replacement ballot if you lost yours. If you are not yet registered to vote and you want a mail-in ballot, you need to register by October 19th. If you miss that deadline, you can still vote in person at a vote center. And remember, you can register to vote on the same day that you place your vote. Thanks for listening to our presentation on our municipal election. We do hope that you will vote this year because we want all Daly City residents to participate in our democracy. And our local recovery and relief is so very important. Thank you.